Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another review of What We Do in the Shadows. This is episode 4, and it's called Manhattan Nightclub. And I am really liking this show. And as I said before, the more times I watch the episodes, the more I like them. I see little things, hear little things, and it's really great. So let's start it off. The beginning of the episode. Yay, Jenna's back. She's back! I was wondering about her. Oh, she's dead. She is dead. So she's in her dorm, and her roommate is talking to her like she's still alive because her eyes are open, and talking about what she has these pills for her. And then she realizes, wait a minute, she's dead. So she calls 911. Well, actually, she doesn't. She has Siri call 911 because really, who knows the number to 911? Nobody does. How silly. So the paramedics come and they take her out, and as they're taking her out, she pops up, scares the heck out of everybody, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, you can bill me, and they're like, I know she was dead. And the funny thing about this episode, as she's heading back into the dorm, it's sunny, and the sun is hitting her, but she's not going poof like a vampire would, and I'm really curious about that. I'm not too sure why, and there's some thundering going on with they pan back and see these clouds, dark clouds building, and I don't know what that means. I hope they explain it, but she didn't poof, and I hope they explain that, why she didn't poof. So this could be really interesting. So now we're heading over to Guillermo, which I'm never going to say his name right. And he's still a little upset that he wasn't turned because that's his life goal. He wants to be a vampire. He's so excited about being a vampire, and he just hasn't been turned. And it doesn't seem like Nandor realized it. At least I don't think he does. And so he decided, I'm going to make the best of it. Try to do the best I can. Be positive. And Nandor has been treating him better. In fact, they show him in a scene where he's holding him above his head, where he's flying, or pretending like he's flying, like he's a vampire, but he's really not a vampire. So Nandor's trying. Gotta give him credit for that. But the problem is, as we go to Naja and Laszlo, is that they're not expanding quick enough. Their dominion's only over 5 houses, which is not a lot. And they have to figure something out. So they decide we want to join forces with another vampire. Make an alliance with a vampire they know named Simon Devious. And as Laszlo puts it, he is the, I guess, leader or in charge of Manhattan. Yes, Manhattan. Not Manhattan, as we all know how it's said, but Manhattan. I don't know why he calls it that, but it's kind of funny. And then we find out he's not a big fan of this guy. Because Naja is saying he's a wonder boy. He was a up and comer, and he's like, he's not that great. So he's seems like a little jealous of the guy. So they are going to go to his club called the Sassy Kat Klub. Yeah, Sassy Kat Klub. And so you have to get dressed. You have to wear a cape. So they're discussing it, and they're Nandor comes out, and then you got to have a cape. You got to get dressed up better than that, So Nandor is like, fine, I got to get dressed. So Laszlo gets dressed and comes out with this really awful looking hat. It's made of witch's skin, apparently. And Naja hates it. But he's asking Guillermo, or he calls him Gizmo. And I think I'm going to start calling him Gizmo too. Ask him, and he's like, and he goes, Gizmo likes my hat. And she and Naja's having none of it. She hates that freaking hat. And they they ask their new familiar. Yes, they have a new familiar, Dustin, but they call him Justin because they can never get names right. And they ask him, but it doesn't last very long because the curse takes effect on poor Dustin. I almost called him Justin, and kills him. Bookcase falls over, and of course, curse of the hat. And he says that it's not the curse of the hat. So after he says that, he falls to the ground or the floor onto the next level, on the bottom level. And lo and behold, there's Colin. And he goes, "Did I hear y'all going to town?" He goes, "Can I come along, tag along?" Oh, Naja's not happy about it. So they head to town, and Nandor, Colin, and the Gizmo. Yep, I'm going to call him Gizmo. Are taking a boat. Not a good boat, a rowboat. Why? I couldn't tell you. It's just a silly looking scene. And Naja and Laszlo decide to take a cab. And of course the cab's stuck in traffic, which of course Naja blames the cursed hat. And everything around them, anything looks bad, cursed hat. And Laszlo's like, I'm going to wear this hat, whether you like it or not. So Nandor, somehow, they get to town first through the rowboat. And so they're heading into the club. And of course, they have to get into the club, and they go. Nando does the clock in, and the way to get in the club is they show their teeth, and you're in. So they go in. No one's wearing capes. No, everybody's just wearing normal stuff, and they have to mingle. And they're going there, and he's going around. And I'm mingling with you, and telling Gizmo to be careful because you can get. Gizmo's got to go look to the bathroom, so he's got to say, "Be careful." You can get dead. So we head back over to Laszlo and Naja, and I'm getting the names confused. Laszlo gets his cape stuck in the cab door, and the cab takes off with him still stuck, and he's being dragged along. And I didn't notice this the first time I watched it. When the cab goes around the corner with Laszlo, the hat's left behind. The hat pops itself back upright and starts chasing after them. I didn't notice it the first time, and I just started laughing. This hat just going after him. Oh, it was funny. Oh, I could. It was the funniest thing. And so we head back to the club, and Gizmo finds the bathroom, but it's actually where the familiars of the other vampires are, and they hang out in the the bathroom. And one of the familiars is a cat. It's like, okay, whatever. So they go they go back into the club, and here's Nandor putting his moves on this one girl in the club, and he's saying his stuff, and lo and behold, here comes Colin, and Colin ruins the whole thing for Nandor, and she leaves, and Colin's just the worst, which makes him the best for me. I think he's fantastic. Finally, Naja and Laszlo make it to the club, and they're also noticing there's no capes. I guess anybody can become a vampire. So they meet up with. He's like, "What took you so long?" And she's big cursed hat. So they decide to go around in the club and take a look around. Back where Gizmo is in the familiar room, the vampire that he met, his vampires show up, and his two little young kids, and that's his. Those are his vampires, and he has to act like a dad towards them. So it's a weird thing. They seem evil. They're kind of scary. So he has to, "Let's go, kids. Come along, kids." So it's like appearances. So it's kind of really freaky in a way. So back in the club, they're mingling, and Naja finds Simon, and she starts talking to Simon, and Simon's like putting moves on and everything. And so she's telling him, Laszlo's around, and so is Nandor, and they say, "We gotta hook up. We have some drinks and stuff." So back to Gizmo. he runs into another vampire who wants to eat him, and Nandor comes along and basically, no, that's my family. I prefer you or not, but if you really want to, and Gizmo's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, he's mad because basically, and luckily the other vampire's, no, it's my fault. I didn't mean to. My apologies, and leaves. But he's like, "You were gonna let this guy eat me," and Nandor realizes, crap. Crap. So now he's been summoned by Simon. Simon summons him. And so him and Laszlo head over to Simon. And so they meet up, and so they start talking and getting reacquainted, if you will. And all the while this is happening, Gizmo is left the club. He has had enough. He is gone. And he's had enough. He doesn't like the fact that he's being treated the way he's treated. And I don't blame him. That's just, Nandor's got to treat him better. I don't even think Nandor realizes he's doing it. I don't think he understands it. So we go back to the club, and there's Simon. And Simon introduces his crew. Now I'm going to try to get the crew right here. There's some that aren't shown that he named. Some of the ones that he's shown, that aren't shown, I believe, their names are Evil Steve, Horvath the Pitmaster, Abaddon, and Amnusa, or something like that, I believe. So, now, here are the vampires I think they show, and the pictures. There's Big Vlad. There is the Freak Sisters, who he's just the name of it because they're not really related. There's Little Vad, who's a maniac. He's a crazy maniac. Then you have Mr. 50s, which he looks fantastic. He really does. I guess he's never came out of that. There's S, not because of the way she looks, it's because her name is Sarah. which is fantastic. Freak Fresh Tony, yeah, he looks kind of cool, and you have the what's his name? I can't remember his name. The examinator? The exanuator. That's it, the exanuator. Oh my god, that was hard to say. You have the exanuator. I know I'm saying it wrong, but anyways. Then you have the silent one, who's silent. Doesn't really say anything. You have Asian Mike and Chunt. Then you have James Solis. I think he's the one on the right. I believe he's the one on the right there. Then you have Elgrad the Fifth. So I'm taking it there were other numbers in there. Gonthrapple, and his brother Krillsack. That's it. Krillsack. Boy, these names are hard to say. Gonthrapple, really, and Krillsack. You have Wesley Sykes. Great name, by the way. Desmonia the Shrieker, and we obviously can see who the Shrieker is here. Len, his accountant, is hanging out there too, and Count Rapula. What's a great name. And he's only been rapping since 1991. They're all impressed. That's it. They're so impressed by it. So they start negotiating. And the first thing Simon wants, is that hat. He wants that hat from Laszlo. And Laszlo, here we go. And so he has to give him the hat. If they're going to negotiate. So he gives him the hat. He didn't want to, but basically, he was saying you have to chop my head off. And he goes, well, look at all he named off his crew. We can do it right here now. And so he gives him the hat. So as soon as he gives him his hat, he basically tells him to leave. He just wanted this hat. He summoned him there for the hat. He got the hat. Now get out of my club. And it's so sad. So, but he has his cursed hat, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, this isn't going to work well. So they leave the club, and they're upset, and they can't understand. He goes, why he's the way he was, and he goes, well, his name is Devious, which is true. And no sooner they say that, boom, the club blows up. Just blows up, and they bat out and leave. Poor Colin by himself, running down the alleyway. So Nandor catches up with Gizmo, and he apologizes to him. He goes, I'm sorry, I'm treating you wrong. And he goes, so he makes it up to him by flying with him, literally flying with him through the town, which is awesome looking. It really looks cool. And he goes, is that the Empire State Building? And he's like, where? And he looks over, and he drops Gizmo. Luckily, he doesn't die, but boy, he gets tore up. And they're in the hospital, and he's all messed up. And, he's trying to say he's, sorry, and you're my friend. And he's, nope, I can't do that. I forget it. That felt wrong. As they're in the hospital leaving, there's Simon, all bandaged up with his hat. And Les says, that's my hat? Because you crispy F, I'm taking my hat back. And every time Simon put his hat on, Laszlo put his hat on, Gizmo died. You would hear beep, beep, he put the hat on, beep. He's like, well, I guess I'm not putting this. So he kept the hat off. And that was nice. I guess he does like Gizmo after all. And he's realizing his hat is cursed. So that was the episode. I really enjoyed it. Again, the more I watched it, the more I enjoyed it. I just thought how silly they are when they're going to the club wearing capes. They just didn't. They were still stuck back in that time, and all the different vampires that he was hooked up with that Simon had was great. The hat is fantastic. I'm super happy that I hope that hat makes a comeback too, because it's great. And how Nandor is being nice now to Gizmo. And yeah, I'm gonna keep calling Gizmo. I am, because I just feel bad that I can't say his name, Guillermo. I think I'm saying it right, but Gizmo's easier. So that he's trying to, and every time he tries to be nice to them, it doesn't seem to work out. He ended up in the hospital. So I'm kind of curious if he's going to be back in the next episode or what, and Jenna's back, which I'm super happy about. I don't know why I am. She hasn't been on, but she's just a cool little character, it seems like. And she could, rub Gizmo the wrong way because she's a vampire. He's not. That could be really fun to watch. So I'm excited about it. Again, Colin, again, his little things he does is fantastic in it. Great episode. I'm looking forward to the next episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you're watching it, and I hope somebody Please talk about it with me, because I only know my brother saw watching it, so I gotta call him and see what he thinks. He just caught up. So tell me what you think. And if somebody has an answer to that, why she is in the sun and not poofing, I'd love to hear it, because I'd love to know why Jenna she's walking in the sun. So thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying the show as much as I have. And if you are, leave a like and subscribe so you can continue on watching me review this awesome show called What We Do in the Shadows. And I will see you guys again on another review, hopefully very soon. Can't wait. All right, guys, I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.